What is this? Pathetic. She's so fat, she's so gross, she will never find love. Pathetic. The only one who can love this woman is the good Lord up above and down and pathetic. She will never change, she will always stay the same. Pathetic and insane. Pathetic. Really scary, he don't care it. Damn, I'm telling. Pathetic.
Hello, little gherkins. As you're all aware, things in Syria have escalated significantly over the past few days. Desperate Debbie has double and tripled down on her choice to stay in a war zone, while also clickbaiting it and uploading ridiculous, tone-deaf vlogs. I'm only going to recap the stuff related to the unrest in this one, and I might circle back to her health update and grocery haul later. So let's get into it.
There's tension again in Syria, yeah. Very close to us, actually. So I'm so excited for fall. I'm so excited for fall. I'm so excited for fall.
I just want to make it clear. At this point, the bombings had already happened. Shantel was live and just as chipper as ever, wishing for cooler weather. People are dying, Chins.
I don't know how what are you doing here? She's full of spunk and vinegar right now. They said I get what you have to do. You have to tease the hair around the neck to make it look liony. So now it looks okay. Come. Oh, no. Baby! Oh my god. What's wrong with you? She's hyper.
She hates you. Sucks to suck.
Worry about your safety. Yeah. I know, there was a bombing yesterday. Israel, so they're basically bombing, they bombed, what do they call them, like sectarian, like, issues. So like, there's a group of people called the Druze, and, there's groups of people in Syria who are against these Druze people. Israel wants to protect these Druze people. I don't know. There's still conflict. I don't know. So yeah, it was the bombing was maybe an hour from us. Something like that, an hour and a half. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right as of now, I could leave if I wanted to. Same with Salah. Super scary, I know. And very frustrating. Like, just leave Syria alone. Like, get the heck out. Stop bombing. They also bombed a friggin' refugee shelter again in Gaza. That dude's going right to hell. Like, that's like, there's no repercussions for his war crimes.
You know what bothers me about Chantal speaking on this? She's just a parrot. She's just repeating what Salah says and believes. She doesn't actually care about any of this.
And I agree with you. Nobody should be killed for religious persecution. I'm dead against that. So I agree with you there. Yes, you know, but there's still a lot of that unrest in here, but it's not going to be perfect right away, right? So there's a lot of tension and, you know, there's a lot of conflict still. So that's the one thing, but I knew that coming here. I knew it wasn't going to be a friggin' Holiday Inn, you know? Like, but there is a lot of beauty in Syria, and it gets overshadowed by these things, you know, these conflicts. And
Chantal wants to act like the West, and the haters make Syria out to be just this awful place with awful people, when in reality we've all just said it's unsafe. Chantal went on and on about how safe it was, and everything you read is just fear-mongering, and now she's quite literally in the middle of a war. Anyway, Chantal just stated that she knew going into this that Syria was dangerous. Let's hear what she said in her fear-bait stream in the middle of the night.
We are okay so far. I fell asleep for a few hours. Like, before I went to bed, Israel had bombed, I'm sure you saw on the news, Damascus, the security buildings. They bomb areas close to Dara. And I woke up and Salah, unable to sleep, of course, he heard the bomb. It was a bomb pretty close to us. I forget the name of the area, he said, but anyway, there's a military base there. So, thank you guys for your prayers.
I just want everyone to remember, she just said a bomb went off close enough where they could actually hear it from their apartment, and it was at a military base.
So, whenever I came here, I guess I didn't understand I thought things were a bit more stable, but I also knew at the same time, this is not surprising to me at all, which is why I might seem a bit calm, because I knew there was still a lot of sectarian conflict, and that's what's happening right now. And it's not just that, it's I think there's more behind it. Yeah, I feel like I don't really want to give a political opinion or anything like that. I don't think it's safe.
So did you know or not know, Shantel? I would actually love to hear Shantel tell us what she thinks is actually going on to fuel this war.
So before I came here, Salah tried to warn me, and obviously because my husband is from Syria, I was, always aware, mostly through him, of situations in Syria, and he has a lot of loved ones here, he has a lot of friends here, and so we would worry a lot about them as well. And just, I knew that things were unstable. The government infrastructure is very fragmented, very unstable. And now I'm sure that it's just complete chaos. They bombed, I think, very near the presidential palace, the government buildings, and now one thing is Israel seems to be targeting the government bases, not civilian homes, but the surrounding areas. I think they've said that there's at least 400 people that have died so far. I'm not sure if that's accurate. That's what I heard. I don't know if I'm able to leave. I don't, yeah.
It's weird that she's making these statements as though she's trying to gain sympathy for the situation she knowingly put herself in, and within the next few minutes she will start smugly telling us she wouldn't leave her husband.
Yeah, they're just bombing everybody at this point. I mean, Syria is pretty much defenseless. They don't have missiles and sophisticated military equipment, so, you know, no, we can't go live in Canada right now because immigrating to Canada is a huge process, and it could take a year, you know, and there's just no way.
Wow, that sucks. Maybe you should have followed the law in Kuwait and you wouldn't have had to flee to a war zone.
He didn't take my passport. I showed it many times on camera. Let's see if I can fly out ASAP. But I don't know about that. Like, Salah doesn't seem to, he thinks that it's gonna stop. Like, there's apparently a ceasefire now in place recently. So, hopefully that holds. There's been ceasefires before, and they were broken as fast as they were made. But the government here does not have the, I mean, I don't see them retaliating, and like, hopefully the ceasefire holds. That's basically what I can say. So yeah. For now, I'm staying put. We are, knock on wood, in an area where there doesn't seem to be any military. It's a very insignificant. We're not in, right smack in Damascus, although it was a bit jarring to see the exact location that we were just in our vlog, like the Damascus sword, in that square, with the roundabout. We were there,
I definitely think you should listen to Salah. I think you should do everything he says. Clearly it's worked out well for you so far. But also, didn't you just tell us you were so close to one of the bombings that Salah actually heard it? Which is it, Shantel?
No, Canada would not. I cannot bring him to Canada right now. Like I said, it's a long process. I don't think it's at a point yet where they would recognize any refugee status right now. It's not easy, like, and this is just general search. If you search the amount of places somebody with a Syrian passport can travel to, it's very limited. We're just gonna see what happens right now. Hopefully the ceasefire holds. Like, if things get a lot worse, I'm sure there's a way I could definitely leave, but it's not going to be so easy for him, and I'm not going to leave him. Honestly, I know you guys are probably way more worried for me than I am for me. I feel like, I know most people won't understand that, but that's how I feel.
Imagine being so desperate that you'd risk your life for a man that didn't even respect you enough to be faithful while you were in the hospital. Who made fun of your weight? Who mocked you? Truly, she should be studied.
So I just, yeah. So when I came here, it's not like I was completely, I see a lot of people saying, you're delusional, you think that it's just a picnic there, and I never ever thought that. I knew what I was coming into. I knew how unstable the government, how unstable it was here. There's still a lot of internal conflict, which I honestly think that Israel should have let Syria deal with. Like, I don't think that they should just be bombing everybody. And I think it's just they're taking advantage of the situation here, the instability. I don't know. Netanyahu is a homicidal maniac, and I'm sick over USA support. I pray we step in over Syria. Thank you, Deftones Andy. I agree with you, honestly, and apparently the US and Qatar, and Turkey, from what I heard, are supposed to, like, I know the USA is like condemning what happened, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens, For now, I'm staying put here. We did go out today, and then whenever we came home, that's when all hell broke loose. I did some shopping, so I have like just a bit of grocery shopping, and I cooked here, so I have a video of that coming out. And then after that happened, after I filmed our dinner and everything, that's when all the bombings happened, all hell broke loose. And Salah, I'm kind of just going with his, I think he's been watching the news very closely, talking to people, and he's just he just thinks that it's just to give it a few days or whatever, see how it goes. He thinks it's gonna just stop. So yeah.
Okay, but are you doing any of your own research, or are you just saying, okay, Salah, like a little desperate puppy to everything he says? This is life or death in all reality. Salah is a fucking idiot who can't even lie his way through having a job, and you're trusting him to forecast an entire war? Girl, we've seen the dick, and we can guarantee it ain't that good.
My husband would never put me in a situation. Well, Katie Kate, can you explain how my husband put me in a situation when he told me not to come here because he was worried about me? Like, so to put this on Salah is just stupid. Absolutely ignorant. This is not his fault. You know, and for people who wouldn't come here, you're not me. You're not married to somebody in the worst situation in the world. One of them. You don't have love for him like I have, so you'll never understand that.
I think both of you are fucking idiots and have nobody to blame but each other for the situation you are in now. Grow the fuck up and take some accountability.
No, like, thank God, you know, that I hope this doesn't happen, but he seems to have had the sense to find a place for us that wasn't, like, it's such a weird name, and it's like it's pretty close, like within kilometers of bombings, we can hear them, but it's that close to where it's like a red zone, you know? So that's another reason we're just trying to, I feel like, you know, like, this is like a normal for the people who live here. Like this place has been seeing bombs and war and for many, many, many years.
So what? Those people would kill to have the luxury that you have of leaving of your own free will to go to a free country without the threat of having themselves or their loved ones killed by a bomb in the middle of the night. You sit there from a place of privilege talking about how you're not scared and that you're not afraid to die while these people live in fear every day and have no other option but to power through it and try to make the best of it.
People saying we warned you. You didn't warn me about anything. I knew how bad it was. I know how bad it is. I know I could possibly die here, and I'm not leaving. So I don't know what you're on about that. And Syria things are getting a bit bad now, but they were more stable. Like I said, you know, a lot of people were coming here for tourism. Do you think people like Mark Wiens and big major YouTubers would come here for tourism and act, you know, and act like, you know, with Assad gone, you know, it would be, you know, it's not about being defiant. It's not about being defiant. It's about, I'm not leaving my family here. That's it.
Shantel nobody in Goral World gives a single fuck about Mark Wiens or his trip to Syria. Stop throwing a fit like a toddler because you came on this app and repeated over and over how everything was hunky-fucking-dory in Syria, and that we all just believe the big bad West, and now you're getting your CPAP rattled by airstrikes.
Why he came to Syria is personal, and yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah, I said he had something emergency to take care of, which he did, yeah. Even though I don't feel it, I think I am resilient in a lot of ways, and I will do everything in my living power to protect my family, and Julia is a big part of that. She's my daughter. Like, she literally, like...
Shantel, you are resilient like a cockroach. You can't even put your own socks on. What the hell are you going to do to protect Sala and that damn cat from a bomb? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know there's a danger of... That is a possibility, yes. Bombs, shootings, kidnappings, I get it, you know. I mean, I don't know how people are like, we told you. You didn't tell me anything. I knew the situation. So I knew it so well. Like, I didn't think that... I guess what I didn't think was that, like, this situation would get more out of hand. But I knew it was a possibility, but just not how bad. This situation with, you know. Yeah. No, I said sometimes that, no, you're denying that the Western media doesn't exaggerate things, or, you know. They do. That's all I'm saying, is sometimes, you know. I think with Syria, I understand the travel advisory. I said it's correct, you know, like, well, yeah, I mean, I get why they would say don't travel. And what I'm saying is they say that for, you know, they have a precaution travel thing for Kuwait. They have to be very, very cautious when they're protecting the public. Do you know what I mean? So it's better to be overly safe than, you know. So I think I understand this one. This country, yes, it's very, very unsafe to come here, you know. The thing is that people were hopeful because of the Assad regime being down. They started opening up tourism again, which gave people the illusion, maybe then, I guess, that, you know, it was more safe. But the thing is, because it's unstable, things can change at any minute, and they, you know, they have today. I don't think anyone expected that to happen, and it's gonna be, I don't know.
So, you knew but you didn't know. The Western media exaggerates, but they also don't, because what they are saying is true. It's safe, but it's also very dangerous. Word salad. Shantel is so desperately trying to hang on to her claims that Syria is safe and the West is a bunch of liars, while also being forced in real time to acknowledge that it's extremely unsafe. Shantel will parrot anything Salah says. She can't form her own opinions. I can't listen to any more of her nonsense today. She continues the stream, repeating the same tired bullshit over and over. She tells us that the kids in her building just love her so much, and they come and try to impress her with their English. No, Shantel. You're a sideshow on the internet and off. I don't feel bad for Shantel. Shantel has the privilege of leaving to safety and is choosing not to for a man that wanted to shit on a crucifix. I feel for the people of Syria, the people who suffer and have no choice but to endure this war. But Shantel made her own bed, so she can seal in it. I'll see you next time, little gherkins.
Pathetic. She's so fat, she's so gross, she will never find love. Pathetic. The only one who can love this woman is the good Lord up above.